Surrender is not falling into defeat. It is releasing into belief. A belief that there is a power and a presence working in my life for good, and I trust it. That's what surrender is. That there is an infinite intelligence governing my life that knows more than I do. Because I'm just a finite expression of the infinite. And so I'm going to trust it. I'm going to choose to trust. I'm going to live in that place today. And when we do that, we can evolve into a new way of being. But we have to be willing to let go of what doesn't work. We have to be willing to grow, to change, and to recognize if I want my life to be different, I have to be different. If I want my life to be different, I have to be different. So if you want a different bank balance, you have to be different in the area of the consciousness of money. Period. If you want to know why you have whatever in your checking account, because let's pick a number. Somebody throw a number.
$35,000.
We'll go with this one first and we'll end with yours because I like it. Negative 35. If you want to know why there's a negative 35 in your bank in your checking account, it's because your consciousness is a negative 35 consciousness right now. I'm not being mean. I'm just telling you that's what the universe. That's how the universe works. It outpictures what we are. We can have whatever we are, not whatever we want. Whatever we are. So, what if my bank balance is $10,000? Then you have a $10,000 bank balance consciousness. Yay! Does that make negative 35 bad and wrong? Absolutely not. Does that make positive 10,000 so much more superior? Absolutely not. It's just what is. So, we get into this place of, oh, it's bad, this is right, this is good, this is bad, this is good, I'm right, I'm wrong. Oh my God, I should have done better. I feel so disappointed in myself. That's just spiritual flailing right there. It's spiritual flogging. You're just flogging yourself. And it's not doing you any good. And so, it's just about recognizing what is. If you're, let's take another area of life. Let's say your house, your home. If it is the essence of peace and tranquility and cleanliness and order, and it feels good in your soul, then that's your home consciousness right now. If it is a disarray and there's stuff everywhere, that's your home consciousness right now. Again, doesn't make you bad, doesn't make you wrong, just means it's what is. You get me? You follow me? And that's how we get out of blaming, well, that's, this happened to me. When we get in this place of this happened to me, and if this hadn't been for that, if I'd been raised differently, my bank accounts would be different because whatever. No, we have the ability, yes and no, because we do take on the sins of the Father. It talks about in the Bible, not literally our father or mother or whatever, but we take on that energy that we were raised in. But here's the thing. We have the conscious mind to change that. We have the ability to change that. So the important thing is to recognize that whatever is happening is not happening, as Renee likes to always point out, to you but through you. It is happening through you. Life is happening through you. And so this is all, this whole thing about rising above, overcoming, is about the willingness to be different. The willingness to be different, the willingness to change. The recognition that I have the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost within me. Or, if you, as you want to say, the cause of all things, how it expresses and what it shows up as. Same thing. Same thing. It's all present within me. And I have that ability to transcend the current experiences of my life and move into that place of God consciousness where I know that I and the Father are one. I and the Father are one. That's what Jesus was doing when he was saying, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. So, but how many times do we spend our energy and our thoughts and all of that into, if they hadn't done this, I would be happy. If that hadn't been done to me, I'd be happy. We spend years of therapy. We spend thousands of dollars. We spend energy. We spend our lives sometimes in that place. Instead of realizing it happened, whatever it was, it happened. How do I want my life to look now? How do I want my life to look now? What am I willing to let go of and let die so that I can be resurrected anew in this area of my life? Right? What do I want to let go of? Let die. Just let it go. So that something else that wants to be born anew within me can rise to the surface and take a new direction in my life. Can you think of something? An area of your life? I always encourage people to go through all of the main areas of your life. Your money, your health, your finances. Well, there we go. your money, your health, your relationships, your connection to God, your career, your passion, how you express. Because no one is you. You may think you have the most boring job in the world and you're not creative and there's nothing creative about it. You don't have a creative bone in your body. I've heard it all. You are made in the image and likeness of God, the creator of all things. How could you not be creative? You are creative. So look through all of those areas of your life and say, what am I happy with and what am I willing to let go of so that something new can be born and I can rise above what has been. If I want to be different, I must be different. And so, there's another part I want to read to you. Yes, in the Gospels, it talks about the disciples seeing him raised, and Bishop Spong talks about how that means to embrace his meaning. To embrace his meaning. And when Jesus said, "Pray in my name," pray the way I have. The way that I've shown you to be. The way that I've shown you to live. This was our map, our blueprint. He said, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. I've come that you may have life and have it abundantly." So, this is a great message. We don't need to throw out with the baby with the bathwater here, right? This message of rising above. This message of I and the Father are one. This message of I can create my life. I'm free. This is something we don't want to throw out. Because, that timeline doesn't make sense. Or that contradiction there, and that contradiction there, and this contradiction here. I love working with the interfaith community because I'm able to find these common grounds between all these different religions that point to this one place of unity and oneness and love. That's what we're here to do. We're here to be these ambassadors for love. We're here to remember the truth of who we are, the truth of our immortal soul. That nothing, not even this life, can hold us down. My grandfather used to sing, "Ain't no grave gonna hold my butt." He would pull out that harmonica and go into a verse, and then he'd sing a verse, and then he'd play a verse, and he'd sing a verse. Of course, there toward the end, he forgot. He didn't forget, he forgot to mention he couldn't tell what time of day it was. Every time he woke up, I thought it was breakfast. So he'd play a verse, sing a verse, and then he'd yell up to my brother, "Hey boy, is it time for breakfast?" "No, Pop, it's 2 in the morning. No grave gonna hold my body down." But it's true. Because the life, the immortal soul, is the truth of who we are. And we are here. All this talk about change and growth and rising above and being God consciousness and leads me into a little pause button where I'm about to wrap it up, but I will continue next week because I'm speaking next week again about being what did I say, Amy? The tsunami, crazy love fest tsunami for God. That was it. And so we're going to talk about love next week and being that in our experience in a bigger way. And so all of this stuff I'm talking about today is really just leading to that. It's about being that love. How much love are we bringing into the world? By standing for what is right in our own experience, being the best us we can be, looking at all of our areas of life and not just going, "Oh, I can't look at that, oh my God, that overwhelms me," but saying, "Wow, this is a reflection of my consciousness in this area. What do I need to let go of to change that?" Period. What do I need to let go of to change that? Because if you keep turning the other way, it's going to keep staying the same. All of this is about being love. It's about being the presence of love. So I'm kind of going to shift gears just a little bit to end today with something that's just an acknowledgement of the presence of love. And that is, oh wow, in the back room. Yes, would you go back and get the Science Mind textbook off the shelf under the light? That'd be fabulous. I was a little disheveled back there changing clothes and trying to get my new microphone on while Jack was singing. Breathe the breath, breathe the breath. Thank you, Linda. And so, we had a loss in the physical form from this physical plane this week from our community, and that is sweet little Rebecca Connor. Connor was 4 years old, and Kendall Jones' son, Mackenzie's short time, and from now on, when we sing this little light of mine and the kids go dancing out, I'll think of him dancing in the aisles and not want to leave. And I thought about him this morning with regard to this talk because I met his uncle, Kendall's uncle, yesterday. And his uncle said, that little boy brought more love into this world in 4 years than some people bring in a whole life. So that's what all this change, all this moving into God consciousness, all this releasing what is to be something more of who we're here to be, that's all it's about, is being the love. So I want to close with this for Connor, and for Kendall, and for Lindsay, and everybody in the family. It is human to grieve over the loss of dear ones. We love them and cannot help missing them. But a true realization of the immortality and continuity of the individual soul will rob our grief of hopelessness. We shall realize that they are in God's keeping, and they are safe. We shall know that loving friends have met them, and that their life still flows on with the currents of eternity. We shall feel what we we shall feel that we have not lost them. They have only gone before. So we shall view eternity from the higher standpoint as a continuity of time, forever and ever expanding until time as we know it and experience it shall be no more. When death shall come and the spirit freed, so shall mount the air, and wander afar into the great nowhere. It shall go as it came, free from sorrow, sin, and shame, and naked and bare through the upper air. Shall go alone to that great nowhere. Hinder not its onward way, grieve not for its form of clay. For the spirit, freed now from clod, shall go alone to meet its God. Our mission is to rise above and be the